Yo, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, man? What's good, bro?
What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
It's your boy, D. Air. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy D. Aaron Elijah. We here for another episode of Speaks and Sip. I got my boy O with me. I got Garrison. We have a returning face.
Hey,
Yuri
guys.
is back.
Orlando couldn't keep me away for that long, guys. I'm
I
back.
tried.
All right.
Not for like a trying.
And we have
Everything Omega.
Okay,
Yay.
Omega's in the building. Let's get it. Oh, I know we had a discussion or whatever the case is. You had sent me a topic in reference to something we're gonna start working on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What's on the agenda today?
I mean, it's basically a prequel to what is in store for later. But a big topic that I've been running into like over the last couple of weeks: are women easy to date
What do you mean
in
the last couple of
2024?
weeks? What's going on in the last couple of weeks?
Well, it's been all over social media.
Okay,
So like,
also, I'm sitting in
What's
between two
social
women.
media?
yeah. We got your back. Don't worry.
Definitely do.
We got your back. We on the
got this,
outside.
Omega. We got
Right. What's social media and where were they saying this?
Yeah.
Well, it's all over social
We
media.
need-
So
we need
a lot of the
proof.
conversations about the 50-50.
From predominantly men, right?
No, there's actually coming from women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
It's mostly coming from women. Women are asking other women, would you go 50-50 in a relationship? I've seen some men ask women too, would you go 50-50 in a relationship? And then just all parameters around dating in general and the new age of dating, I guess you could say. So 2024. So that's what I wanted to talk about.
So what are your thoughts? Because I feel like you have thoughts.
I do, but I don't want to go first.
No.
Why not? You're the one who brought up the topic. You're the
About
right.
you.
Exactly.
I don't want to go first. So I do not think that women are easy to date in 2024. And I'm not being subjective in saying it's all women, but it's a vast majority of women that I've seen, I've encountered, I've run into that have unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating. No
What's
matter
unrealistic?
what. Huh?
What's unrealistic?
Let's go through this list.
Yeah, yo, come
Oh,
on.
God.
I'm just asking. Sorry.
I know you've been absent, but hold your horses. So that's my opinion. I think that we've gotten lost in the art of dating in general. And I think that it's like you skip from step 1 to step 100. Like a lot of people are missing the steps in between. And when you miss those steps in between, you forget what are realistic aspects of dating are. So that's me.
People not romantic.
All right, so
They just want their bills paid.
Yeah.
Let's break it down then. What is something? I guess since we lead it, like what's name one hurdle I guess that would make it difficult in reference to dating women in 2024.
There are a lot of women out there that care about the money that you make versus what you bring to the table in a relationship.
Okay, I think that's an easy factor to mention for sure.
Yeah.
All right. In reference to in the finances, you said okay. So now, are you saying it in a sense of if you don't make enough, or if you make enough,
Yeah.
whatever that number is, that metric, if you make enough, they just want you for that.
It's both ends of the spectrum. It just all depends on the person that you're dating at the time. So without knowing any context about the person, it's more about what are the physical, or not the physical, the material aspects of what you bring to the table versus emotional and physical and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Well, I came prepared today, baby.
Yeah. And it's more so if they love telling other people what you have and what you could do. Like, oh, well, my spouse has this, opposed to, what do y'all do? Like, y'all don't go out? Like, y'all don't speak? It just, oh, he's a doctor. Okay.
Okay.
You've never seen
Yeah.
him. Like,
So ladies, right? Yuri Omega, how do you guys feel in reference to like, I guess finance is what we're discussing right now. If multiple questions, if he doesn't make enough, whatever that number is to you, and if he makes an adequate amount, do you feel obligated to have the access to his money?
Hold on, before you answer that,
Go ahead.
is it a prerequisite? That's where you got to start.
Okay. Are you guys ready for me to jump in?
Oh,
Yeah.
Omega's going
Let me
first. Yes, love
Pop
it.
this thing. Well,
Take
actually,
the
I have
mic.
a very unpopular opinion, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. First of all, as a woman, I feel like I need to be for myself internally on a certain level. And I feel like I would like to attract that. But even if I don't attract that, your finances, for me, have nothing to do with me. I know it's crazy because a lot of women I know they're like, listen, well, you can't take me here, you can't do this. But first, I'm gonna need to know what you can do for yourself before I go, all the way out and take you here, take you there, but you can't do it for yourself. I feel like that's a bit weird. I feel so powerful and so amazing when I can do shit for myself. Can we curse?
Yeah, we can curse.
Oh.
Yeah, get your rocks
When I
off. Get your rocks
do
off.
shit for myself. And actually, it's really an annoying conversation for me when I hear women speak in a certain way. I understand where you're like, all right, well, I would love for this person to do this amazing gesture, right? But then you break it all the way down, you peel the layers back, and you go on Instagram, right? And on Valentine's Day, you can't even see the damn floor because all the roses is on the floor. And you get home, your man got you a little Walmart bouquet, and you mad, right? But all those roses could be all the lies, right? Like, it could just mean so much more in that relationship. Like, we don't know what's going on in that relationship.
Right.
And if you really peel the layers back, you got to look into all the influences we have now on social media, on the Twitters and the this or X, whatever it's called. All of those things, I feel like a lot of women easily get, all right, well, I want to do like this, but like you can't afford your own stuff. And it's like, well, we got to get our I think it's like a real mental thing. Mind you, I'm pro women. Like, I love women and I think we're incredible, but I feel like we've gotten lost in the influences of like, well, this girl got this. Why can't I have that? Yeah. Like, I don't want to see a Birkin bag. It's not even a cute bag. Like, let's just be all the way real. I'm not into designer. I'm not into any of that. And that's just my personal preference, right? Everyone has their vices. I love a nice dinner, but like I also like to cook a nice dinner. Some other
we know.
Some other women are like, all right, well, I want the luxury bag. And guess what? That is A-okay. But as long as you can afford that bag without that man, I'm fine with it.
Absolutely.
Do what you want to do. And also, there's so many layers. Like, dates don't have to be, why are we sitting in a restaurant all stuffy talking about, so what's your favorite color? I'm 27 years old. I don't give a damn what your favorite, well, like, yeah, I care, but I feel like there's so much depth here. Yeah, we don't care about the favorite color. But I don't know if it's a Scorpio.
Until you buy the wrong one.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Scorpios. But I don't know if it's a Scorpio in me, but
care.
like, I just love the depth. I love getting into the juicy bits of life and like the not mashed potatoes, the steak and potatoes of life, which is like your upbringing and don't start with me, y'all.
Don't get shit.
I'm trying to
go ahead.
Listen, they have not said anything. Keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
we're
going.
usually
It's the most quiet man. I know y'all don't want me back, but like, who are you? Who am I spending my time with? Like, what are the genuine things that make you happy? We've gotten so far away from all of that. All we care about is Instagram and aesthetics and influence and buying skin products that are going to fuck our face up. Like, none of it matters.
Yeah.
Life is an illusion. And the real moments are like the moments we're having here, regardless. Yes, it's a podcast. Yes, we're talking. Yes, we're whatever. But we're having real interactions. We have real conversations before the camera turned on. Like, life is about real life. And I feel like I just am a woman that wants to experience real life and real moments with real people. And so that's my bit. How you feel, girl?
So to answer Orlando's question,
yes,
it's going to be sounds a little weird, but I do think we are difficult to date in this day and age. One, because we provide for ourselves at this time. We have gotten to an age where we are working.
Jordan.
Yeah.
No, shout out. Jordan.
Yo, look, we just happen to have a woman as an engineer, and she over
Which
here.
is fire.
Which is fire,
Yeah.
exactly.
Woman as an
Go
engineer,
her,
period.
go Jordan.
She's
Amazing
great.
hair.
Yeah, talk your shit. Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah.
Paying your own
We
bills.
are
Never
absolutely
lied on
at this
them.
day and
I hope
age.
so. Yeah, go ahead.
In this day and age, we
Yes.
are like a lot of our age, I should say. We are independent. We are. Why are you laughing? You stupid. We are independent. We're working. We have our own money. We're getting our nails done. We're doing all the shit that we want. And when a guy comes into our life, it's like, not that we want you guys to provide for us, but it's like, what extra can you do for us? Like we're already doing all the shit that we want. What can you do for us? Show us.
But that's fine. You don't start off like, all right, what can he do? I don't have to do this because I got a man now. See, that's perfectly
But that's
fine.
the thing. If I don't start off like that and I give you the bare minimum, I'm not gonna be happy with that.
Yeah, that's where things go wrong. So
Yeah.
I actually like I like you guys, you women's responses, right?
Yeah, you women's.
Right? Yeah. I like the responses that you gave. It's just a matter of like, and just to simplify it, I guess in guys' terms, it's as simple as this. And not to reflect it to make it a comparison on how it is for guys either. But I see it as if you want something that bad, or the way it seems, the way you like advocate so much for it on media and talk about it and basically you begging everybody that you want this.
Mhm.
You're supposed to go get it yourself.
Yeah.
Point
Absolutely.
blank.
Yeah.
Because before you even step into a relationship or whatever and you court with anybody, you should already be working on getting shit yourself.
100%.
So when it comes to shit like that, in reality, then my question as a man just asking a woman, I'll be like, okay, so what have you accomplished? What are you in the midst of accomplishing? What are you working on? Because at the end of the day, for you to like kind of push the narrative so hard that you want to go to a specific place to eat,
Right.
that's kind of sad to me.
Right.
I'm already gonna do stuff like that for you, but for me hearing that, I'm like, nah,
It's a turnoff.
because you get what I'm saying? Because it's like now you're not really in it for me. We supposed to
Yeah.
be sharing this together. This is supposed to be a memory, of experience, and stuff like that. Guess what? You want to take a fucking photo
This is
so you can
idea.
post this shit. Just the idea that maybe your homegirl or somebody else who told you a story about a sugar daddy that took her somewhere or some shit like that.
Yep.
Like, yo, don't nobody really give a fuck about all that shit. And then, okay, let's say we give you that, right? Okay, you have that. Now what? You just up the standard to some other shallow shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To the bag or
Well,
you know what I'm
Alaska
saying?
took me here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, and then even that, like that's bad to say.
I will say this though,
Yeah.
in our dating scene, we have me personally, I have come across a lot of guys who want to be treated like a princess, and I'm like,
Pretty princess.
shit.
pretty
syndrome.
princess behavior.
Let
it's
me
like,
let me try. What is
what-
that like? What
Yeah,
what
What does that mean? Princess
can you break
princess
that down?
treatment
No,
for men.
seriously, like, what? All jokes aside, can you break that down? What is a guy asking
damn,
for
y'all
princess
putting me
treatment?
on the spot. I kind of want to blast somebody, but
Do it. Boom.
Glad.
Put a name on that bullet.
let me.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do nothing anyway.
Put it
What
out
is it?
there.
They're not gonna do nothing. anyway.
So one of the last guys I spoke to wanted me to buy him some new clothing. Like, I don't even know what it was. It was like some new like designer brand. And I'm like, yo, I don't even wear designer.
Wait, like he fully was like, "Can you buy this for me?"
He was like, oh, if you
Outright.
like me that much, like you should
Oh.
just
I'm
buy me that.
stopped,
And I'm just
dropped,
yo,
like,
and rolling
yo,
out
any
of there.
men that
First
do
of
that
all-
out there is crazy.
Yeah, I'm
If
not
you
gonna lie.
don't
That's,
If you
even
like
wear it
me-
yourself,
fellas, that's not.
I
it.
don't wear designer for myself. Like,
So that goes.
why
in the
would I
same-
buy?
Yeah,
I don't like you that much, actually. You can
he didn't
miss
want it
me
enough.
with that.
Right.
So
He didn't want it enough because if he wanted that shit, he
Yeah, that's a
would've
fact. He would've got it.
yeah,
He would've got it.
exactly.
That's
Like,
crazy.
so
He would've got
to
it.
me, it's like that is such a turnoff
Yeah.
that when I do date guys, I'm like, all right, what can you provide? Like, if I have to deal with, not that I have to deal with it. If I already dealt with that, I don't want to deal with that anymore.
Right.
So, at this point, when you're dating me, you're in competition with me, not with anybody else.
Mm.
That's it. So
Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a
it starts.
You don't have nothing
Has
to say, Orlando?
Has your question been answered?
yeah,
right?
has it been?
I mean, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna front. I feel
yeah.
like, are you surprised by our answers? Because I feel like these are
She was ready for
quality.
some,
Yeah,
right?
like I feel
Yeah.
like there's two quality women here. I think.
I'm glad you answered the way you answered.
Yeah,
Yeah, we was talking before. We was like, oh shit.
What was I
Oh,
talking
whoa.
before? What did
What
I
was
say
she
before?
saying?
Yeah, I went to the bathroom
Come
on that
on,
part.
girl.
Let's
You
get
went so
to
well.
it.
Like,
Let's
guys
get to
versus
it.
girls? Nah. We
What
was
was
like,
What's on
damn.
your mind?
Nothing on my mind. I was just saying. I was just like, ooh, thank God. That was like a check for us. It's like you grabbed the ball and scored on your own
Is
basket.
it
We
a
was like,
check for
yes.
you or a check
Scored
for
on your
women?
basket.
For women.
No, us. No. Because when people see the topic, they think, oh, we don't have to do that. Like, yeah, you do.
Wait, women don't
What?
have to do that. What do you
Like,
mean?
as in, like, take care of
Break that
yourself.
down.
Yeah.
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 Like, as
Feel
in,
that
take
back.
care of
Yeah,
yourself.
explain
Like,
yourself.
all right, let me start from the beginning. Like I was saying, like women have this perception, not all, but of like when they meet a guy, like, oh yeah, my shit is just done. I don't have to pay no bills. I don't have to do shit.
That
Like,
is fully outrageous to me.
So,
like I'm
yeah.
just
Yeah.
thinking back on the times I've ever met a man, not a boy. Let's be
a
clear.
man, yeah.
A man where I'm like, so what can you do for me? Like I'm fully call me self-centered, but I'm like, what do I have going on? Like I need to get this
Mhm.
amount in savings. I need to do this. I'm on the next thing. Like that is so whack to me personally.
and
I
also
would
to
understand
even
if
go-
you're
And
really
so-
in a position
yeah.
where like you need something. Like I would be okay where if I have to go to my man and be like, babe, like
See,
should
that's
we do a
fine.
little
I'm talking
text,
about
babe? I'm
even
feeling,
before they
you know.
dating is like the getting to know
Like I
level.
don't even know
like,
you. Why would I?
Yeah,
be
like what can
asking
you do
for
for me?
stuff?
Like,
How
what
can you
the
rely
fuck
on
you
someone
think
you
this is?
don't even know can provide anything for you?
And it's also the men that say,
Yeah.
yes, I believe in giving your spouse money, but not no fucking stranger, bro. Like,
Not in the
you don't just
dating
meet people in the
area,
club
yeah.
like, what you need?
So
I
let me,
got
let me,
it, bro. Like, come
let me
on.
add to something. So, ladies, okay, let's give a scenario. Let's say you're the breadwinner. How is that scenario in comparison with your man? Are you staying in reference to you being a breadwinner? Are you okay with that, or are you not really for it? Are you gonna try? Like, what are your thought processes on that?
Do you want to go?
I would try. For
Yeah.
me, money is like it comes and goes, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh my God, he has all the money in the world. Let me stay. Let me do everything. It doesn't like. It's the way that you carry yourself. It's the way that you. If I see effort, it doesn't matter. Like if it's the small things as well. If you. I'm like, this drink is getting to me now. What the
Nah,
fuck?
it's,
That's what it's supposed
good
to do.
though. Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting mad emotional right now.
I
Like,
literally
I'm about
love
to,
you.
like-
You're my type of girl. I just
Aw,
want to say that we're having a girl moment, but like you don't really come around women that like have the
don't.
same
Yeah,
point of
you
view. Women
don't.
like, well, he got to
Yeah,
do well, girl.
Yeah, y'all do
What
that
you
after.
got for yourself this week? But
And they can't even answer that. They'd be like,
to piggyback off of what you were saying, I feel like everything we're born, right? And we might know what we want to do, we might not. Everything starts with
Right.
like a dream. I don't really like to use the term dreams because I feel like it's our reality if we really manifest and really work towards it and believe it.
let's go.
But I feel like if I'm with someone and you have something you are consistently working towards, what the fuck am I gonna say? Because my shit, I just got lucky and was like, oh, okay, I'll just submit and become a model. That was just pure. I was not seeking for that. And so now I'm able to support myself. But if not, I would have been out here grinding, doing my music,
Right.
doing performances, trying to be in the mix, networking, even though I have social anxiety, which is not showing right now because I have a cup in my hand full of liquor. But like,
It's all the
and I would've-
process.
yeah,
The
it's all the
See,
process.
that's good.
Like,
That's not a facade. That's perfect.
like how you
That's
think people
another thing in
build
the-
empires?
That's
They start
another
from
thing in the
somewhere.
dating scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't know a motherfucker till years in. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck was this person I met 3
That
years
sounded a
ago?
little
Like,
personal.
Yeah.
nah, it's not.
For me,
Oh,
what I
okay.
think,
No,
what I
it's
think
not.
is very
It's
important.
just shit you see. Like, it's like, damn.
To what you just said, you see how you said the dating scene. I think
Yeah.
what's important is before that phase.
Hell yeah.
Once again, I'm doubling down on what I said. What are you doing for you
Yeah.
before you? Because, and this is granted, we all make errors and mistakes. We human. So like, just when you're getting to know somebody, these are things like discussions that come about as adults. I would assume so, right? Where you will understand if this person would like you see fit or things that you're willing to work with or not. You know, so I like if someone came to me just like, yeah, so you got to pay all my bills. You got to give me
insane.
basically allowance every whatever, this, that, like.
And that's what I was talking about when y'all thought I was stuck. Like, the expectations of some women now are
Yeah.
just
Outrageous.
disgusting. Nah,
Yeah.
it's like disgusting. It's like you cringe. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
And they can't meet that. Nah, it's
All-
like they
all
can't even
women
meet,
everywhere.
For certain women, I
They
don't
can't.
know.
They can't even meet their own standards. Men too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like there's no way you want to be.
Let's talk about it now.
God.
Get
I'm
into
not gonna.
that.
Nah, nah, nah,
run
I got
off.
you.
But-
Perfect.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah,
Hold on.
Jordan.
Jordan,
Hold
where's
on.
your mic? Where's
Jordan, you were supposed to be watching the boards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me.
Oh, she's her.
Period.
Y'all
They-
know about y'all.
they can't hear
Said what
her.
you said, Jordan.
I'm about to stop for a second, yo.
A shout
Oh my
out.
God. Shout out, yo, Vic.
Yo, big,
Oh, Lord.
big
Shout
Vic.
out for the donuts, bro.
Oh, dude.
Glazed donuts. We here. This shit, I'm not gonna lie.
Where's
I
your
really ate
donut?
one.
I'll let you
So I'm
pass,
not-
bro.
Where's your donut?
That turned you
So
up
where's
a
my
bit.
donut?
Like,
Where's your donut?
That
I've
shit
never seen
gone.
Yeah,
Yo.
Glazed Donuts hit the
Oh,
spot.
so
Glazed Donuts hit the
so
spot.
we was supposed to, take a video with all our donuts first, and my fat ass,
You're not the only one.
I started.
Yeah.
I bit mine first, and I was like,
finished
ooh.
Yeah,
mine too.
Yeah,
Hailed yours. I didn't even see that.
it was. We was taking too long.
That was
Well,
amazing.
yeah, me and O was quiet.
Yeah.
No, I like that too. Let's switch it around too. Like,
Is
for
that
men,
blueberry?
yes, it is. But
There's one left.
Yeah, I said it.
Yes,
That just look good.
yo,
There's one
right, the
left.
mic, yo, it's crazy.
There's one left.
ASMR.
it is. ASMR.
Yo.
Yeah, take
said
another
there's
bite
one
for
left?
them
But nah. if
Nah,
you're
take
gonna
another
spread-
bite.
And-
Yo, y'all horrible.
and put it to the mic.
You might as well
Hey,
do it
yo.
now.
Yo,
Like,
what's going on anyway?
Hey,
yo.
All right, go ahead.
ASMR.
Flipping the script, men and their expectations too. Like I guess, and it kind of goes into what you were saying with like some men with the princess treatment or
Yeah,
whatever
what
the
are
case
your
may be.
expectations?
So like, I'm not familiar with that. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
Huh?
You're not familiar, but what is your expectation?
What do you mean, huh? Don't do
Yeah,
that.
what the fuck? Wait, huh? Like, I'm not familiar with princess treatment as a
sound
guy.
vexed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when I look at shit like that, like I said, like the genders don't even matter. Like I
Yeah.
feel like nobody should just be acting like that anyway.
Yeah.
That, you get what I'm saying? Like that to me, like that's how hard I see it.
yeah,
Because once again, I feel like there are things that you're supposed to be doing for yourself before you get with somebody, period.
Yes.
So ain't no way in hell, like, it's almost like you expecting this person to be your parent.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when you were coddled, that came from your parents.
Mhm.
And your parents, as you got older, they started, like, putting you on game about, like, the real world. Like, you shouldn't go, it's crazy because it exactly works like this. You don't go out into the world thinking things are given to you.
Yeah,
You're
Hell
always
yeah.
told to work. You know what I'm saying? When you go to
Mhm.
school, what the fuck you doing? You working for the grade.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying? Like everything you had to do, you had to work to get. So now why all of a sudden do we see men or women? You get what I'm saying? Do we see a situation where it's like, okay, let me basically use this person and this person's gonna give me everything in life. I don't have to do shit. All I gotta do is go to sleep and wake up.
They buy me this, buy me that,
and do the
bro.
bare minimum. That shit is crazy.
I will
to
say
me.
this: there are situations where that does happen, and
Yeah.
it works for them.
Right.
But to think that that's what you should go for all the time, or every time you date someone or go on a date, is crazy.
Let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
don't get it twisted.
That's
Gi-
what messed up the
Crazy.
game now.
Gifts are
Yeah.
nice, but don't
That
just
is what
fucking
messed up the
expect,
game now.
oh, we've been together a week. I deserve such and such.
We've been
Like,
together
bro.
a week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, question though. What are men? Okay, you guys.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even get on the.
What are
even get on
your?
He didn't-
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
from-
what are
from
your
shit I-
expectations for getting with a woman?
For me,
Yeah.
I need that mental stability because I'm sick in the head. So I need somebody to be like, yo,
So
yo,
wait,
you
so
tripping.
hold
the
like-
up.
first
So
step is admitting
You're
it.
not stable, so you want your person to be stable. How's
No,
that fair?
I'm
Stable-ish?
Well, I'm well.
I'm well. None of this
I'm well.
I don't have a
well.
sickness. I'm well.
I'm well. Nah, I mean like sometimes I could, a fuse can
So
blow a little.
sometimes, just sometimes, but your person has
It-
to be.
Bro, don't let
They don't
Yuri-
have to be
don't let Yuri
anything.
trip you up.
Shut
Nah,
up.
not at all.
Don't-
Not
don't
at
let
all.
Yuri trip you
Shut
up.
up.
on.
What are the expectations? That's it, man.
Yeah, what are the expectations? Because we coming to you next.
I'm here.
I really
I'm
don't-
ready.
Just hold your own. If you need help sometime, cool, but don't be like, yeah, well, it's a year and I still don't have it, so you're just gonna keep doing this for me. You feel me? Like, put some effort into your shit too.
Yeah.
And so, are you meeting your partner like emotionally and mentally there?
Oh. Oh. Why are you smiling?
Like, no, I'm
During
saying,
my like mental breakdown or like just
I thought he was
yeah.
wait.
Nah, like during
Okay,
like
but
if
you're
I'm
saying so.
like,
You
what's the
just
scenario?
said
But,
you're
like,
like,
yeah,
all right,
absolutely.
I'm kind of crazy or whatever.
Like,
so
I'm a
I'm
hype
gonna need
man,
her
so,
to
like,
be
she-
mentally there. But like,
nah.
so like,
Y'all making
you
it
know,
seem like-
there's a thing where it's like, all right, do you have potential or are you coming potential? Like you're all
Oh.
set and you're ready to
Oh, no, I'm Super
rumble
Saiyan
and
already.
be in this
I got-
relationship.
Super
So
Saiyan.
like, all right,
super sane.
That-
forget
that-
the things,
just
forget
with
the
that
things
thing.
and the materialistic stuff, but like mentally, are you there with your partner? Are you emotionally like meeting her there to where like
Yes,
she don't
I'm
even give a fuck
very-
about a gift?
no, no, no,
that it's like,
I'm
oh
very-
no, we're
I'm
locked
very
in.
empathetic.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
we come undone. Okay, go ahead. You're very empathetic.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna build on it.
Yeah,
we'll leave
like-
it
Yo,
here.
cause she's looking like
Sir?
It'll unravel.
Yeah,
It'll
your turn?
unravel.
Yeah, I need to go next.
Yeah. What are your expectations? Are you coming potential?
I'm coming potential.
Okay.
I've lived a long, prosperous life
We know.
so far.
damn
I
grandpa.
love saying how old he is.
I
God
didn't
damn,
say
Grandpa.
anything about how
Oh, yeah,
old I
how
was.
old-
Yo, why you made
I
it
didn't
sound
even
like
say- I
long.
didn't even-
That's,
I've
that's,
lived-
I didn't say I was
like,
old.
Come on.
I did
Literally.
not.
Good.
Okay.
Are
Anyway,
you over here talking? Let me shut up.
I've lived a prosperous life,
grandpa.
and it's not full.
Grumpy grandpa.
No.
Yeah, bro, chill.
Yo,
Chill,
well,
yeah.
Can
I
I
about to
land
go
my
on the
plane?
porch and kick his feet up.
Can I
like-
land my plane?
Okay, you're
Thank you. I
right.
appreciate it. You asked me the question, right?
Right.
So-
ran out of gas.
Nah.
Okay.
I got a reserve tank. Nah, I've lived a good life so far, and I want to continue that. So I want to live the life with someone that they also want to live. So you have ambition, you have drive, you have something that you want to work towards, like you said, whatever it may be. It could be basket weaving for all I care. But as long as you have something that you're ambitious about, because I have things that I'm ambitious about. So that way we can support each other. If I understand what your dreams and your goals and your aspirations are, I want to be able to support you in that in whatever fashion or form that is. And I would like that in return. Now, a lot of the women that I dated, I was the one that was given and was never receiving anything. I don't ask for it. I feel like I shouldn't have to ask for it. I feel like it's a unwritten rule that if you see I'm interested in fitness and I want to be a personal trainer and I'm working towards building an app or whatever the case may be, I feel like how just even asking me questions like, you know, how do you feel like this is going to go for you? How do you think that, what's your 5-year plan? You know, those types of things. Why don't we make a vision board? You know, as stupid as it may sound, those things actually help.
Nah, that's
I do a vision
organized
board
as
every
fuck.
year. Are
Yeah,
you
that's
joking
good.
me? I have a vision board as my wallpaper. What type of women are y'all dating?
Orlando, yeah, I was just gonna go there.
That has no interest in like I don't
Question.
what
For the
I didn't say they were all bad.
Okay.
I didn't say they were all bad.
Orlando, for the females that you have dated, I
Yeah.
know you said it was an
Jordan,
unwritten. I know you said it was an unwritten rule,
Yeah.
but at the same time, what if you were to tell them that? Do you think things would change? That's what you needed. If it wasn't an unwritten
Right.
rule,
Could they meet you there?
if you had
Depends on-
communicated that,
Yeah. And
do you think that would have changed?
so you're assuming that I never communicated that?
I'm just asking a question.
Okay, just
I'm
making sure.
asking.
Just making sure.
Why
your
you
sign?
Jordan.
Sheesh.
Jordan.
Immediately.
Whew. I can't
Wait,
wait.
what's your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love Pisces. One of my friends is a Pisces. actually.
Fuck the ops.
No,
Oh,
but I
God.
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, and I think that's great that you're able to communicate. Like, listen, babe, I'm gonna need you to ask me something. I'm gonna need you to meet me where I'm at. Like, I'm gonna need an even exchange here of energy. Because also, ladies and men, you are giving your energy.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no. You are giving your energy.
We know where
It
you
is
were
an
going.
energy exchange between you and that person. Like if your partner's down, I advise you not to do anything with them in that moment because that is an energy. So you're now
Mhm.
accepting that and now you negative too. So I just feel like it is important and I think good
Yeah.
for you,
Thank you.
King, or whatever they say, for you to be like, I realize that this is where I'm at and this is what I need. I'm able to also give you that, but I'm gonna need to get that as well. So props to you.
Thank
See,
you.
I'm being so good and I also am genuine and I mean that.
Yeah, I'm fucking
But I
dope.
have a question. Oh, wait, but we didn't get to you yet.
You did.
What are your expectations?
She's in it.
She got a rebuttal
She
before
said
you-
yes.
Yeah,
She got a
did.
rebuttal
I came
before you
before the
started.
pod today.
Yo, literally. Nah, it's the same shit basically. Like
Yeah.
literally just to be driven,
Yeah.
ambition. Because at the same time, I know also I'm working on stuff.
Mhm.
So I would hate to see myself working towards something and you're only sitting there in the corner. At the same time, regardless of what I'm doing, I want to be able to push for you too. I want to be able to motivate and
Yeah.
help instill whatever it is that I can give you for what you're doing.
Mhm.
You know, aside from that, just like a peace of mind in men's world. So like, granted, like that can go into a spiral of like detailed shit.
Right.
But the most simplified things in reference to like, if once again, like I said, if I'm working on something, I would want you to do the same. That alone brings me some level of peace because I know that you're not stagnant. I know I'm not gonna have to pick up the pieces or like kind of pull you to do things. Like you're there. You know what I'm saying? You're right there with me doing shit. If for whatever reason sometimes my energy is off where I might not be at a high all the
Omega.
time.
Right.
I'm okay with you being able to take that lead to be like, nah, we gotta get the job done.
If you're not well, like Garrison.
Yo, so a lot of things like that. But understand this too, like as men, I think we have to understand for that to be our expectations, at least to those that say that's what we want,
Yeah.
we have to understand there's gonna come a form of like where women stand up and things may feel like complicated. You know what I'm saying? Or like it may seem like an aggressive nature where it's like, damn, everything's not a given to the will.
Right.
Because maybe in past tense you're used to like, a woman that's just like, I guess, like, I'll go with whatever you're going towards.
Like,
Yeah.
nah, pick
Because
something.
a lot of times what happens is, and it happens on both ends. A lot of times what happens is we in a relationship, whatever, we give in to someone and they're leading us, but that don't mean they're a leader.
Right.
That don't mean they're good at what they do. So we're going in blinded, and then what ends up happening is we take a lot of L's, not even for ourselves, but for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Come
So-
on, Pastor.
So real shit. So
He's in his
so,
bag.
nah,
After that donut,
yo,
It's the color of the room. This is
Yeah.
his energy.
No,
This
it's
is his
yeah, you
energy.
see, he's wearing cream, right?
Energy is flowing
This is
from
twice.
him.
yes.
This is twice.
Wait.
This is
Bro.
twice.
right? So like that's really
He
what
does
I'm
it on
getting at.
purpose.
So
Yeah.
I like that. I like to see someone like just getting it in, doing
Yeah.
shit. Like this nigga, Ayo moment. I
Why are
guess,
you
right?
laughing? What happened?
'Cause
Did you
Gar-
say
Oh, you'll
insider?
get used to Gary.
Because
Yeah.
Garrison is
Oh, you used to
Garrison.
be laughing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
laughing.
So that's really what it is for me. And also on the reverse side too, understand us as men sometimes where we have to hold accountability. We have difficulties expressing shit sometimes.
True.
Mhm.
Yes.
When it comes to us going out in that world dealing with a lot, so we have to kind of like, as hard as it is, everything is shit is difficult in life. That's just what
Hell
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to have moments where we kind of take a step back to be like, nah, like let me process this. and
internalize.
internalize
and then
this
vocalize
person.
that.
This person's supposed to be here for us, right? And they're supposed to all throughout the way. They've shown you that at
Right.
that point in time. So the least we could do is be like, okay, well, we have to vocalize and kind of like let them know where we at, where we
Yeah.
stand. Whether it's a matter of we need a moment to ourselves, whether it's a matter of even though I'm
Mhm.
trying, I can't really do it right now. I'm
Mhm.
faking it. I'm bluffing. I'm making it look good. Like there are times when we're gonna be down.
Why is it so hard for men? And this is just in general, not.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard for you guys to vocalize that
Yeah.
when you are down or when you
want-
feel like you need
Hell
to?
yeah, I got this.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got
Nah,
this.
so
Clear out.
No. Just like, in a safe space. Just like, because not everybody's understanding of where you're at that moment and what you're trying to achieve. So they'll be like, why are you doing this? Like, I'm trying to get to the next level of something else, but
Okay.
I don't have the capacity to do this. That's
Let's
nonsense.
say it's with your partner though.
Yeah.
Like he said, that person is for you and all that.
Yeah.
Right? Why is it still so hard for you to vocalize?
Tone sometimes, for me personally.
Okay.
Like, I'll say something and not mean it, but it comes out like a dick. Like, I'm like, but that's not my
Yo.
intentions. Like, I'm
Okay.
like, all right, let's, it'd be nice, but my body language is like, I'll do it.
Oh my.
And that's not okay.
Oh, at least you're
Oh,
acknowledging
I
it.
love that you
I
said
appreciate
that.
Nah, y'all talking
Happy
about
for
mental
you.
breakdowns. I mean, like, it's not mental
Here we
breakdown.
go.
It's like
Here we go,
the,
Jordan
the
Lucas.
mood
Both of
change.
them
Yeah,
are
Left now.
He's not doing too well.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm doing excellent.
I think that communication is a skill.
Okay.
And it's a skill that's often neglected. So when it comes to men growing up, you're taught to be masculine.
Mhm.
Communication is not masculine.
Right.
When you are at a young age and you're doing whatever, you're playing sports, you get a job, you going through something, you're not often taught to learn how to communicate. So when you go through those things and then you become an adult and you go into dating, you only do what's known to you. So when you're dealing with someone that knows how to communicate and you don't, it becomes frustrating because that person doesn't understand why you can't say what you want to say or what you need to say. So it becomes a point of where you'll break up over some stupid shit because
Very true.
that person can't communicate. And then when the pressure is off and later on that person, let's say they spin the block and they really pour out how they feel, the person's like, well, why couldn't you tell me that before? The woman is like, why couldn't you tell me that before?
Right.
That's very true.
They can't articulate that either because they don't know what communication is.
Okay.
We got a couple pastors in the room.
The details I fuck with. So
Yeah.
the only thing I would say, I'm gonna sound like him. The only thing I disagree.
It's not a bad thing.
The only thing I disagree with is the very first thing that you started with was communication
Is the
isn't
scale.
isn't masculine.
Oh.
Right.
That's the only thing I'll disagree with. I don't feel like it should even be put in a box.
Mm.
That's our problem right
well,
there.
to be fair, I think for him, he said when he was
Well, not
When you were
me,
growing
but
up, like
the,
growing
the,
up,
the
like,
general
yeah, yeah.
consensus.
I'm not. Yeah, we're
yeah.
not basing it based off you, but the
Yeah.
idea of communication. Once again, what I'm disagreeing with is the idea of
Of it being
communication
masculine.
not being
Mhm.
masculine. I don't think it should be put in a box, because if you're saying it's not something, that's you're saying basically it's for something else. I think it's across the board. That's just how it is. I think, in my opinion, I think a lot of times, to answer the question, first is because of all the difficulties we go through when we step outside.
Mm-hmm.
So more times than not, we do not have to be vulnerable. You understand what I'm saying? When we come back home, like, all right, whatever the case is, that's like basically your one chance, your one opportunity, your one kind of cool down time to be vulnerable. So over time, especially like early on, if you're not someone, we go through trials and tribulations. We go through so many things. We're not focused on just being vulnerable as we grow up. You get what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we get into sports, ain't shit vulnerable about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
real shit, you know?
Right.
So even if like to people who have situations where it's like a lesser than situation, where it's like as men or young men, when we grow up, where we have to kind of take a role to take lead of the household, things like that, there is no vulnerability in that. That's just, you have to be as strong as you can possibly be without even being that yet.
Right.
Get that
what I'm
shit.
saying?
Get
At
that
an
shit
early
done.
age.
No
At an
emotion.
early age, right? A lot of times, like our parents and stuff like that, even ourselves, the first thing we say to ourselves is like, yo, we got to get a job.
Yeah.
Yo, we got to go get it. And when we go into that job field, like it don't even matter what the job is. When we go out there, ain't shit vulnerable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing vulnerable. Like, yo, I fuck up, that's it, no job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can't really, and then like, not to like kind of add that to it, but like with the trust and all this X, Y, all this shit, and I've said it on an episode before. How many people told you I'm gonna be there, wasn't there? I love you,
Yeah,
didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? All these type of things. So like at that point, over a course of time, when you keep going through different phases of life, whether it's work, sports, family issues and shit, like everything that you go through, even like just if you was out in the streets, whatever it is not vulnerable. So then as we become adults, we're an adult and now we're in a situation where it's like, okay, well, the idea is I do want to be in a relationship. I want to be with somebody. I want to build, et cetera, so forth, right? But at the same time, you still got to go get it, go to work, do shit, have aspirations and all this other stuff, right? But the difference is now you have somebody with you. That person is supposed to be in support of you. Not saying they aren't, but you don't really know how to like kind of like coexist with that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you're like, I ain't never had this because everything you had to do was basically by yourself.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I think that's what it is. And then to go to the communication part, I think if anything, we fault in a lot of other ways as men, I'll be honest. But communication is something that we must work on throughout the whole phase. In sports, technically, don't you got to worry about communication? When
That's
you reading
true.
plays, no matter what sport you in. But
Right.
the difference is you talking to other men. When you in the military, don't you got to lead?
Right.
Think about it. Platoon sergeant, leader, first sergeant, first lieutenant, right? All of it.
Yeah, I was
You know
in
what
the
I'm
Navy though.
Real shit, whatever it is. But the point is, you have to communicate these things.
Yeah, no,
You get
for
what
real.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real shit. When you at work and you get that job, you doing everything to get that promotion. So what the fuck you got to do?
But for your reference for like the military,
Yeah, good.
the military is not about communication. The military is do as I say, not as I do type of environment. So even then, me being in the military at 20 years old, I didn't learn how to communicate.
So for your case, right? With you saying that gives reason. Maybe now, like I'm pretty sure you probably reflected already.
Yeah, of
that
course.
gives reason now to look at it, be like, that was one of, not a necessarily like not a fault.
Yeah.
But that was one of
A
the reasons
reason,
as to why it was
yeah.
difficult for you to communicate.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like for shit like that, for me, maybe I view it a little differently. I went to a school based on military shit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And for me, I viewed it as it was communication. Maybe at least in that time frame, that's what I chose to work on.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like whether it was like listening, because I asked questions. I was always someone that asked questions, even though it's like, yo, do as you say, but what does this do for me?
Yeah.
Same shit. We hit the gym, right? Okay, technically that would go into what you're saying, where it's like just do as you say. If
Right.
your trainer tells you something, or if you just go about it. But the difference is that's where you have to stand out, and you got to make a difference. Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. I mean, you have the freedom, and as a civilian, you have a freedom to ask why. In the military, there's no why behind the why. If it's not in the textbook, if it's not in the
Then
UCMJ,
don't give
if
a
it's
fuck.
not something that somebody told you, there's no why behind it. Is do this. So you're not really taught how to communicate in that part of your life. I didn't learn how to communicate until I was almost 30 years old.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying?
How old are
Because
you now? Let me stop. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
bro. This is
Thank
why
you
you got
for
kicked off the
admitting
show.
that, though. Thank you for admitting
Decade
that.
later. But
Yeah.
like, all right, but look,
Yeah.
right now, like, all right, so I hear what you're saying. Fuck the negatives. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That was your story, but look at what you're doing now. Communicate.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
the
So-
communication, but I had to learn through other relationships.
Mhm.
And that's
Unfortunately, you had to suffer
had
through
to
going
take
through
the
the
L's,
problem.
yeah, I had to take
Absolutely.
those L's to learn that. And it's crazy to say because I don't want to put nobody on that pedestal.
Yeah.
Nah,
But I had to take those L's in order to learn that this is not the proper way to communicate. This is, and also having female friends that could call me out on my bullshit
Yeah,
at any
absolutely.
given time, and there's no malice behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's yeah.
So,
I got one thing though. If
go
you want
ahead,
to switch gears,
go ahead. Well,
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So
go
is
ahead.
it completely different? All right, let me get my rocks.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I feel like right. Damn, I had like two things.
Why y'all say that?
Robert,
Oh.
So, damn. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Fuck it. No. All right, go ahead.
He said, let me
Yo,
get my rocks
all
off. What the
so
fuck's going on?
My question to swing it back to the ladies, like, completely different question off what we just discussed.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because obviously the age-old thing is like the difference between logic and emotion. Do
Mm-hmm.
you feel as if men are too logical, but do you also hold yourself accountable? One could be an easy answer, right? But I want you to just give that same energy to the other question. Do you also hold yourself accountable at times where you cannot be in the middle, because it's a sliding scale?
Yeah.
I think the problem that we have is that people lean too much on where they stand. So, like, for example, if they say men are too logical, then we stand on the logic. If women are too emotional, then they stand on emotion. Examples that I'll give you, right? Okay, if you have a disagreement, right? On a man's side, let's say, and to break it down even further, I think it depends also who's bringing up the situation.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna be honest, because if I bring up a problem to you, I should have the floor. And you
Yeah.
should be respected to what I'm about to discuss.
Right.
So if I mention something, obviously we already understand we had a disagreement. The last thing I would need is for you to emotionally react and then basically opt out of the conversation.
100%.
That is not what is going on. Because guess what? If it was reversed and you had the floor and I gave you just logic and I said fuck your feelings, or that's how you felt, right?
It'd be the worst.
Then I'd be wrong. So my question to you ladies.
I feel like you got into an argument with somebody last night.
No, last night is crazy.
I was
Yeah,
like-
damn.
I was just gonna say, damn, that sounds a little
A
too
lot of
personal.
passion there. Let's unpack. No, but
No,
Let's
Megan, you want to take this?
like, is this a therapy session? No, but
it?
okay.
Oh, yeah?
Being completely
It's
honest,
passionate.
since we're
Yeah.
all being honest here, I had that problem where I would automatically be like, "Oh, you got a problem with something I did? I'm not talking to you for the rest of the week."
Oh.
Outrageous. Now this was years ago. I was
Wow.
younger.
Okay.
And also, I was in a long distance relationship. He's all the way in Germany,
Mm.
military. So that's a whole.
I'm not
big-
answering your call.
That's here nor there. But I'm like, all right, we're not gonna talk for the whole month, and it's not gonna
Damn.
be nothing for me, which is horrible. But also, I realized that you don't give a fuck about that person, because if you did, you'd be like, all right, let me just hear you out.
Not if
It
you're in
took-
Germany.
Right.
Germany got-
what's
Ger-
going on.
She said,
out
you know
there?"
what? I barely see you as
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
Like,
no.
And you know what?
But
that
Germany got them
story,
things.
I'm glad I took the months. But what I was gonna say is, years later, being older and really being like, all right, I'm not going to waste time with people. I'm not going to waste energy with people. If you really give a fuck about somebody and you care about someone, it's like, damn, I gotta just hear you out. Cause like he
Mhm.
said, if it's a roles reverse, bitch, you walking out the door because I'm finna walk with you, and I'll talk you down all the way on the elevator. Like, I'm gonna get my shit off, and I had right. Like, and another thing, while we waited for the elevator, the way you said bye last night was very rude.
Oh,
but
Oh, no.
nah, you
I
know what?
hate
It'd be
that.
the
I
little
hope that's
things.
not
where
an
you
It's
wake
the
example.
up
little
and you're
things,
like,
yes.
bitch, I had a dream about you, and you was
Absolutely.
kikiing with Catalina.
But see, that's
Like,
that,
and it's a
that's
problem.
that's the
Dreams don't
emotional
be
shit that he was talking
Exactly.
about.
And so this is my
Yo.
thing. I moved with emotion. Like, oh, you're telling. I actually used to
Who
be.
looked like they had an argument last night.
Yeah.
No, it was him.
And
It
another
was
thing.
him. Let's do a poll.
But that was.
Catalina wasn't the same.
Wait.
No. But let me say
But
this.
that dream of insecurity.
I can be
Who's
no.
Carolina?
I can be honest. where it really is a thing. I used to be manipulative. Let me tell you, so bad. It's Scorpio. It's a Scorpio thing. I feel.
At least you
But, like,
acknowledge it.
Look at Drake.
If he would be like this is years ago. Yeah, he's petty princess. But years ago, like if someone brought something to my attention where it's like, listen, I didn't like the way you did it, I'd be like, oh, so you don't fucking like that? I'm not fucking talking to you, right? And I would make you believe that it's your fault now that I'm upset. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
But also, I'm coming here as a woman to say that I check myself and I've grown to where it's like, nah, it's just a conversation. Like, if you make someone feel uncomfortable, I think they need to be heard. They need to be seen. And if you got to take time and go downstairs and go to the gym, do what you got to do, then that's what you have to do. I'm willing to give you the 6 feet or whatever the fuck you need, because what's going to happen is
Did you
it'll
just mute
build
yourself?
up. What?
Did you just mute your F word?
Oh, yeah, I do that a lot. I'm like, mother, damn, no. I do that a lot. That's the thing. But I just feel like it builds up and then it becomes this thing. And then now it's 2 negative energies. And that obviously is not going to make a positive anytime soon. So I think, it like you said, sometimes logic needs to go over emotion.
Absolutely.
And obviously as women, we are emotional. Sorry. But I think you need to realize it and work on that. Like, we're all a work in progress. Like, the way he maybe can't internalize and vocalize how he's feeling, I feel like I need to be able to be like, all right, clearly something's going on, and when you're ready, I'm here to listen. And I'm not going to give you a tone. I'm not going to give you an attitude. I'm going to be open ears, because I would want you to do the same for me.
Here's the unpolitical answer for me.
Yes.
I am fucking very emotional.
I love that,
You
though.
yell at me, I am bawling my eyes out. I don't
Oh,
like.
no.
I hate being yelled at. It's very much, if I feel my feelings 1,000%.
Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of the opposite. It's like, all right, so if I'm having a discussion with my partner, I'm trying to be logical about it and not be emotional, because I know I am very emotional. Like, you say one thing wrong, you hate me. Like
Yeah, you're like, I feel targeted. Why are you
Wait a
doing
minute.
that?
Wait a minute.
Did
Wait a
you hear
minute.
the-
Wait a minute.
the-
Wait a
You're
minute.
like,
Wait a
it's the
minute.
end of the
Wait a
world.
You
minute.
heard the tone change?
Yeah. Not the
no,
troll.
but that's exactly how it is. Like,
they
the
get
one little
stern
thing,
with
the
you, you're
one
like,
little
whoa.
thing will flip for me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like,
Now I
how-
gotta bite him.
But let me ask you this: Do you ever? Now I won't say do you ever.
No, okay,
Do
so
you
wait.
understand the logic in
Wait, that's
the
what I'm
in the
trying to say.
conversation?
Because I know I'm too emotional, I try to start it off with the logical part.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, let him speak his words, right?
Right.
So he has the floor, like Aaron says. That's what you want your partner to do. So you would have that, right? But then once, what are you looking
That
at?
shit was mad loud. I'm like, damn.
Anyways, once that person gets loud with you, at least for me, it's like, fuck, like I can see the logic going down and the emotional fucking going up. And it's like, how do I get that back?
Yeah.
I just shut up at that point.
Yeah.
The emotion has taken over.
Yeah.
Damn, my voice is shaking. Let me hold up.
Your body's shaking you like this.
Let me take another
She said,
sip to get
I'm trying to let him-
stabilized here.
Did you have an argument last night?
Right? Like, everybody clearly been arguing
Everyone's
last
been-
night.
Listen, last night I fell
Wait,
asleep.
hold on.
I was good.
Hold on, hold the fuck up. I'm not mentally well.
She was.
Get on.
Listen, you said this was a safe space.
It
Didn't
is.
you?
Yeah, I
All
feel
right
like
then.
that
Pointed
Really
fingers. Y'all said, oh yeah, him.
You said safe space after.
No, but
so
you-
whatever.
He
Really,
joked.
like-
Y'all said,
I'm not okay.
Nah,
Well.
I'm just saying, yeah, you kind of did give that.
nah, I know.
Like, I'm sane, I'm well.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, what's
Fighting.
going
Oh,
on?
dear.
She was waiting. She said, you know, fucking what?
But yeah, no, I don't know. For me, it's easy to be logical. Stop.
Yo.
It's
Yo.
easy
It's
to
safe.
be logical.
Yeah, like, no, go ahead.
It's easy to be logical when I'm not comfortable, but comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
When
okay,
I'm calm.
I feel safe to be logical. But
Yeah.
if you don't give me that room to feel safe, or like I feel like, oh my God, I did something completely wrong, like what's gonna happen next? Like I'm not there. I'm just not there.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how to go about that. Like, how can
I
I?
understand.
You
'cause I
know,
said,
like-
yeah.
Sometimes you just like,
She's
fuck,
good.
like,
Because that side of the room is not well.
Basically.
yo, fuck off, Orlando.
Obituary. They talk about
Yeah, OD,
I
like
lived
fucking
the-
old
I
man,
lived the good
grumpy
life.
ass
Yeah,
man
like
over
you're
there.
about to be out.
Nah, I lived a
Obituary.
prosperous life.
All right,
You're
so
living-
Orlando.
Obituary.
So look, ladies.
Chill.
I'll take this time. I have a segment like to call it "Speak Up," in reference to what we're discussing, or just like advocating for women. What is something that you would a message that you would send out to our audience, to the public, those who watching? Just it could be just for women, to be honest. That's fine, but just to the public in general, like something that you would discuss or say to what we just talked about, like on a positive affirmation.
Yeah, help those birds out.
You know,
Who are the birds?
Get
the
a
women
sec. No.
that are not good.
The women is
The women
crazy.
that are not
Yeah.
Okay, he's just shown his card.
Yeah.
I didn't
so
say that.
That's
said,
what
"Fuck
we
the ops."
dealing with.
Joker.
What I will say is, I just feel like as women, we have to value ourselves a bit more
Yes.
and don't just give yourself your time and energy just to anyone. I think hold yourself to a certain standard. I love women with grace. I think that is very attractive. And you will attract that once you start really putting the time in for yourself. For the men, I feel like a lot of, okay,
Uh-oh.
I don't want this to be a whole thing where I'm trying to end it off nice.
it was a whole thing as soon as you said "as for the men."
Yeah.
No. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, shout out to you guys first of all for
Oh,
being
that's right,
very
thank you.
honest.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
You were honest with the communicating. I think that's a huge.
He was
thing,
honest
and
with
a
the
lot of
age.
men can, realize
There was
that
growth.
Yeah.
You've been a chatty patty, saying a lot of good things.
Oh wow.
And you were openly like you're mentally not well.
I knew she was gonna troll me.
But no, you said that.
No, I said mental breakdowns, but
Mental breakdowns.
What I meant to say was like moody sometimes. I don't be having
Moody
breakdowns.
sometimes. Exactly.
You'll
Now we
never see
changed
me
it.
breaking
Just say
shit.
That's
moody.
a big difference.
You're not
Nah,
gonna go
yeah.
back to that, you know.
That's why I have to go. Nah,
He's just moody sometimes, but
big
you
difference.
did say you're
Look, he
able
got-
to meet
No,
your
I'm listening to her.
partner emotionally
Nah, like,
where they're at. Excuse me, class.
Aaron.
No, but you said you're able to emotionally meet your partner where she's at. So I appreciate that as well. What I was gonna say for men is a lot of men are insecure, along with women. Let's be clear. But those insecurities will force you to be like, well, I got to get this money to take her to Nobu.
Who
and
talked
you
to you
don't
like
even
that?
eat that little bit of food they give you, you
Right,
know?
facts.
And you
Absolutely.
let that control your whole mind because you're like, all right, well, she come in like this. I've seen men scrunge up the little money they got to be like, nah,
That's
she want to go to
crazy. Don't do that.
Turks.
that dude.
She want to go to Turks, and you don't even want to go to Turks.
Did you
or
laugh
you
at
might
him
want
when
to
he
go to
did that?
Oregon. Like, who the knows? But it's just this idea of like, well, I got to come like that.
You know Oregon.
But you might but you might have a completely different trajectory of what you want your life to be,
Yeah,
but
that
you
was
want
very
this
random.
quality of woman, right? And so I just feel like we gotta work. Forget men and women. As people, we need to internalize our shit, and we really have to dig deep and do the internal work. If it takes you taking a social media break, which I'm on right now, if it takes you doing your workouts and shit and getting right, because that's a mental thing. If it takes
Mhm.
therapy, whatever it takes, and all that other shit will come, like friendships, relationships, all that shit that sometimes will drain you, can also give you great power and strength. But you gotta get right with yourself before you do that. So I would just say, get yourself together because you are what matters, and then you will attract that.
Facts.
Period.
Absolutely. Yuri, yeah.
I think for me, my speak up would be just to live your life
Yeah.
to the fullest extent. And if someone wants to join you in that life, let them and enjoy it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not the end of the world. But just enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Just ride it out. Not to go there, but like, you know,
Why are you looking at me?
everyone dies at the end of the day.
I was just gonna
so-
say, I thought you were gonna be like, we all die at the end of the day. I say that all the time. I
like, no,
love
but
that.
it's true. Like, we
It's so
live to
true.
die. Like,
Yeah. And we don't know what the fuck is after this, so you better live it up.
exactly. You
She
better.
took a
Why
shot
y'all
at you.
keep
She
looking
took
at
a
me?
shot at me. He don't.
Yeah, I thought you got something to say.
Yeah, like,
So, ladies, my question, right?
Yeah, no,
ladies,
of course
Wait,
not.
didn't you have? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't you have something you wanted to say?
yeah, we ain't got enough time though.
Oh,
so.
okay, never mind. For the next.
Yeah.
So, all right. Is it fair to ask, are you ladies ready for gender wars?
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
Omega, you in?
What is that?
Gender wars?
Are we about to fight?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Royal
Ding,
Rumble.
ding, ding.
That's fine. You
Round
can't
one.
move Me, not these solid ass legs.
No,
Try it
verbally.
if you can.
Not physical.
Oh, I thought we were really.
All right, Yuri, you're
No.
in. Omega, you're in.
Oh, we're in.
Yeah.
We're all in.
Yeah, in?
Jordan's
Okay.
in. Sorry,
No, you're
Jordan's in.
All right.
are we physically? about
Jordan
to
been
fight?
talking shit for the last 3 episodes, so
Yo,
Oh.
you know she ready.
Red, yo,
She's
I'm
absolutely
not
ready.
gonna lie. Like, I'm coming with like a referee whistle, shirt, everything, because like
God.
y'all about to get at it. Like,
Bro, I think I might violate.
Yo, shout out to our engineer Jordan. Man.
Yeah,
So,
Absolutely.
yo.
Yeah.
Female engineer.
Yo, Garrison. Oh, y'all got anything else to say?
In 2024, we're not taking this shit no more.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Nah, I'm
Oh.
just-
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, nah.
You need your own fuck the op shirt. You do. We're gonna get you one.
Or you
Don't
can
All
just
right.
get your own type of hat. You don't have to copy what I
You know
do.
what, Orlando?
Oh my gosh.
No, there's
What is
history
that
behind
supposed
this.
to
He's
mean?
that type of guy.
There's
You always got
history behind
something
this.
to say.
Yeah.
God.
All right.
I'm a great person.
And this has been another great episode.
Yeah.
Speaks and Sip.
We out.
Bye.